Hello and welcome. Whether you are joining us online or here at Prosperity Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, you are in for a real treat. My life was changed several years ago when I met the world's leading authority in subconscious reprogramming and irresistible influence. My name is Erica Sylver. I'm about to introduce you to my husband, Marshall Sylver. To get to know him a little bit more, pay attention to this video.
Entertainer, educator, and author, Marshall Sylver has been appearing live on stage for over 45 years. The media calls him the world's leading expert in subconscious reprogramming and irresistible influence. His fans call him the greatest hypnotist of all time. From his humble beginnings as a poor farm boy growing up in a home with no running water, electricity, or phones, he has been a product of his products, transforming his life into that of the rich and famous. He is the most televised hypnotist in history, with multiple appearances on Howard Stern, Montel Williams, and many more. He's the only hypnotist to ever appear on Late Night with David Letterman a record 5 times, even bumping the top 10 list. Letterman said, "For all your hypnotic needs, Marshall Sylver is the man to see." On the Dr. Joey Brown Show, he cured 10 phobias in under an hour. He has created and stars in the world's largest hypnotic production show, Real Hypnosis, Really Funny, and has appeared on the main stage of Caesars, Planet Hollywood, Paris, the Palms, the Stratosphere Hotels in Las Vegas, and many more. His books are published by Simon & Schuster and have been published in multiple languages. His life-changing audio and video programs have changed millions of lives around the globe. His top-rated infomercial, Passion, Profit, and Power, did over $100 million in sales the very first year. As an educator, Marshall has shared the stage with Donald Trump, Susie Orman, Presidents Clinton, Ford, and Bush. Zig Ziglar said that Marshall was one of the most dynamic speakers he had ever shared the stage with. His live events on becoming financially independent, creating passionate, lasting relationships, and changing your life have broken attendance records worldwide. In Taiwan, he simultaneously hypnotized over 5,000 people through an interpreter. He is the go-to authority on all things regarding hypnosis or persuasion and influence. His 3 babies, Sterling, Maximus, and Prosperity, were all born at home via hypnosis with no pain, no drugs, and no doctors. Prosperity's birth was live streamed with thousands of viewers watching, whether he's flying around on private jets to change people's lives, or lounging at his 17,000 square foot home in Las Vegas, or his waterfront home in Southern California. Marshall Sylver is an example of what he teaches.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up and help me welcome my husband, Marshall Sylver.
Oh. Oh, good. Hi, sweetie. Awesome. Hey there. Good to see you here. High five, brother. Good to see you. Hey, friends. Good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Yes, yes, yes. Would never leave you hanging. Welcome, everybody. Sit down. In the words of Willy Wonka, we've got so much time and so little to do. Strike that, reverse it. I'm so excited to be here. As my beautiful bride, Erica, mentioned, your whole world is about to change forever. If you're watching this from home, I want you to take as many notes as possible, as well as you here at Prosperity Palace. And also, if you're at home, I want you to stay very, very active in the chat room. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know that you're there, because what's going to happen is here at Prosperity Palace, I'm going to be giving away thousands of dollars in cash, training programs, and more. And within 7 days, one person who has been on the webinar the entire time in the chat room, letting me know that you're there, interacting with me, one person watching the webinar in the next 7 days is going to receive $1,000 cash. So if that sounds good to you, make sure that you're typing in that chat roll. I want to take a look at it. We've been doing this for years and years and years. I've given away over $350,000, $1,000 at a time, and I would like it to be you. If you want to get as much as you possibly can out of our time together, here at home and also you at home there, I want you to take notes. And the first note I want you to take is the name of our talk. I want you to write down these words, big, bold, block letters across the top of a clean sheet of paper. Write these words, take action now. When? Because tomorrow never comes. How many of you in this room are older than you thought you would be at this point in your life? And I know if you're watching me from home, you understand what I'm asking you. Who here realized that you thought you'd be in a completely different place? You thought you'd have more money. You thought you'd have more joy. You thought you'd be living a more prosperous life. If you want more money, everybody in here, I want you to say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if you're watching this, I want you to type into the chat, oh yeah. And let me know if they're active, Erica.
They are active, Marshall.
Awesome. Hey, if you'd like more passion in your personal, intimate relationships, say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching this webinar and someone near you is your mate, if they said, oh yeah, and you did not, you should be paying attention. Hey, you know, the best place to meet somebody that you could spend a lifetime with is inside of personal or business development. If you are single and would love to create an awesome, passionate relationship here at home and you there at home, say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just type it into the chat. If you'd like to lose a pound or two, type into the chat, oh yeah, and right here say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you'd like to become a non-smoker, say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Type it into the chat. If you think that during this webinar I may try to sell you something, say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are they saying, oh yeah? Yes, no doubt. I will not let you down. In fact, I'm not going to try to sell you anything. Like I said, I'm going to sell you something. It's good for me. It's good for you. It's good for the entire economy. Everybody wins. In addition, I do not sell training materials, books and tapes and such. I actually give them away for free. I'm going to be giving them away for free here. I'm also going to be giving away tens of thousands of dollars in free training materials for you at home. Plus, I have stacks and stacks of cold hard cash. If you'd like free money, say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you are here at Prosperity Palace and you did not say, oh yeah, if you're at home and you did not type into the chat roll, oh yeah, and you happen to win, I promise I won't give it to you. No, because if it's too difficult to say, oh yeah, or type in, oh yeah, your life's already guaranteed to suck, guaranteed to suck. I want you to get as much as you can. You know, I'm so thrilled to be here in my home and to welcome you and you into my home. The house that we're in right now is very different than the house that I was born and raised in. The house I was born and raised in was a house in Michigan. We had no running water. We had no electricity. We had no phone. Often we had little, sometimes no food. Twice, my 9 brothers and sisters and myself, we were homeless. The second home we lived in was a converted chicken coop. In a very cold Michigan winter, the local neighborhood realized because we were homeless, we were likely to die in the back of that station wagon. So they renovated an old chicken coop. And myself and my 9 brothers and sisters, we lived there for 4 years. It had running water, it had electricity, and no adverse side effects, other than clucking when I get happy. The thing is, though, based upon what I'm about to teach you, based upon what I'm about to help you gain in your life, my life is indeed very different. Yes, we are in the foyer of Prosperity Palace, 17,000 square feet of home. Here's some images from around the house. 17,000 square feet of beautiful living areas. The master suite here is 3,000 square feet all by itself. I often watch MTV Cribs and feel very, very bad for those guys. It gets hot in Vegas, and when it gets hot in Vegas, we escape down to the beach, a little town called Carlsbad in North County, San Diego. We are right on the ocean, complete bliss. How many of you think that you might be motivated to produce at a slightly higher level if this was the view out your back window every single evening? Put your hand up and say, oh yeah. If you're watching this at home and you'd like to have this view, type oh yeah into the chat roll because I'd love to share it with you. I made a movie a few years back. The movie is called Tranced. It's a movie that while you watch it, it actually hypnotizes you to experience what the lead character on the screen is experiencing. So when she feels hot, you feel hot. When she feels cold, you cuddle up against your date. When she has an orgasm, you have an orgasm. We think people are going to come repeatedly. We do. We think that initially people are weary of hypnosis. They're not quite sure what to think. Yet when they see how much fun the other people that are getting hypnotized are having, they want to come back and do it themselves. I executive produced the film at $2 million. I wrote the screenplay. I starred in the screenplay. The hero of the film is a philanthropist billionaire named Sterling Wins. And the woman in the film is an unwed mother searching for meaning in her life. When I was creating the character of Sterling Wins, I thought, what kind of a car would Sterling drive or be driven in? What kind of a house would he live in? Well, when I found the house, it was a 25,000 square foot home up in the Hollywood Hills that was originally built for the Sultan of Brunei. And the moment I saw the house, I said, yes, that is where he would live. And then I thought, what kind of a car would he drive or be driven in? Now, I coach and consult for multiple millionaires and even some billionaires, and I know for a fact that people that succeed at very high levels often are a bit control freakish. And so my experience has been that people that are highly successful often drive themselves. When I saw the car that I knew Sterling Winds would drive, the moment I saw it, I said, that's it right there. The brand new Rolls-Royce Phantom. Now, I personally think any man that needs a $400,000 automobile to get from point A to point B, he's making up for a shortcoming elsewhere. So you'd never see me have one of those vehicles. Yet in order to make the movie, I had to lease the car for 10 days. The first day I'm driving back from the set in the car, I'm thinking, what a tank. Why would anybody want this? The second day I'm driving back, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's starting to feel a little bit better. The third day I'm driving back from the set, I'm in the car, I'm parked at a light, waiting for the light to change, and beside me pulls up a car filled with very beautiful women. They're beeping on their horn and they're rolling down their windows, and I can tell they're attempting to get my attention. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I bet they think the car looks pretty good too. I bet they do. The woman in the back seat has her window down and she's hanging out the window, she's waving at me, and so I roll the window down and I said, good evening, can I help you? She said, excuse me, but do you have any Grey Poupon? If you're laughing right now, you're at least 40 years old, you are. I went out the very next day, bought a brand new Rolls-Royce Phantom. How many of you still think nobody needs a $400,000 automobile to get from point A to point B? Say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then you've never driven one, I guarantee it. The moment you drive one, you're gonna want it. I also realize, part of the challenge is sometimes people give up on their greatest desires. Sometimes they stop allowing themselves to want a lot, and they say, I just want to make enough to get by. The last 10 years or so have been really hard on a lot of people. How many of you can relate to that? Oh, yeah. And let me know at home, if you can relate to how hard it's been, just type it in the comments, because it was really hard. A lot of very talented people got knocked down. I also know for a fact, though, that part of the challenge is you've got to start asking yourself better questions. And the question I want you to write down here, and I want you to write down at home as you're taking notes, is what is the highest and best use of my time? Write it down first person. What is the highest and best use of my time? Abraham Lincoln said, if you have an hour to chop down a tree, spend 40 minutes sharpening that axe. You can chop down a tree with a dull axe, you can. You can step up to that tree and you can whack away, and as you whack away at that tree, sooner or later the tree will fall. The challenge is you'll use up your entire hour, and by the time you're done, your hands will be blistered and bloodied. Part of the challenge for you is to realize that if you step back from the tree and you start sharpening that axe and you spend some time making sure that axe is ready, it'll look like all the people that are whacking away are getting ahead of you, yet they're not. At minute 40, you step up to that tree, you give that axe one swing, one fell swoop, whoosh, that tree falls. Next tree, one swing, whoosh. Next tree, 20 minutes later, 20 trees down, and your hands are fine. You're this close to getting everything that you want in every area of your life, your relationships, your wealth, your emotional, mental, physical, and even spiritual well-being. You are the axe. I am the grinding wheel. I want to make your life better. Here in the United States, there's approximately 500 commercial airports, 500 airports that you can go to and fly anywhere you want, anywhere in the world. I bought my home in Carlsbad for a lot of reasons. One, my mother was living down there in Southern California, and I wanted to spend more time with her. My house in Carlsbad is about halfway between San Diego International and John Wayne Airport. So if I go to the airport via a commercial airline, I've got to allot for at least 90 minutes of drive time just in case there's any kind of traffic. When I get to the airport, I have to park my car in long-term parking. That means I've got to park the car, I've got to get on a shuttle. That's another 30 minutes. When I get to the airport, because some guy put a bomb in his shoe and some other guy had water that was a bomb, I've got to take off my shoes. And if I have a water bottle, they not only take it from me, they say, you either need to drink it or we've got to take it from you. And I'm thinking, so you're okay with me drinking and being the bomb. You're not okay with the bomb in my hand. And if they take it from you, they throw this in a bin with a bunch of other bottles just like this. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not an expert on explosives, but if that really is a bomb, you don't want to store all of those so close together. You don't want to do that. You get on the plane and you have to put up with bad air and rude people, and it's so much stress. You land, you got to go over to the baggage carousel, and you've got to wait till every single bag is taken off that plane, put onto the baggage carousel before you can schlep your bags out of the airport. It's going to be 4 hours of extra time one way. It's going to be 8 hours round trip. It's enough to make a man want to shave his head. I can tell a couple of you also fly commercially. In the United States, there's approximately 5,000 private airports. 5,000 places where you can go, jump on a private jet, fly anywhere you want, almost anywhere in the world. The other reason I bought my home down in Carlsbad is that it's exactly 11 minutes from my door to a place called Palomar Airport. Palomar Airport has private jets that fly in and out. I get in the car, I drive to the airport. I don't park the car. I pull the car right up to the jet. I don't touch the bags. My pilots and the groundskeeper, they touch my bags. Within 15 minutes of leaving my front door, I am airborne, depending on time of day, favorite beverage in hand. I land, they pull the car right up to the plane, I get into the car instantly, my bags are unloaded instantly, I'm off to my destination. How many of you think you could get used to that? Oh, yeah. This is the look of a man who has only flown about a dozen times over the last 10 years commercially. This is the look of a man whose tray table was down on takeoff and freaking landing. Plane always waits. I never stress. Life is good. Who thinks you could get used to that lifestyle? Oh, yeah. Now, many of you in this room know me already. You've done Turning Point. You've done some of our other training programs. Chances are, if you're watching this from home, you might not know me. I want you to know that I didn't show you my palace here in Las Vegas or my beach house in Southern California. I didn't show you my Rolls Royce or my private jet travel to impress you with me. It should be very apparent to you already that I'm plenty impressed with myself. Here's the reason that I showed you that lifestyle. I want you to select your mentors carefully. I want you to select your mentors based on somebody who's actually done it. You know, it seems these days all you do is place an ad on Facebook to be able to be a guru, and I don't think that's appropriate. You need to find somebody who can show you that they're actually living the lifestyle they want you to live. My question to everybody here at home and you in here, how many of you think that kind of a lifestyle would be one you might want? So here's the second thing. Find a mentor who's living a lifestyle that you would want. You know, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. There is a book. The book is called The Millionaire Next Door. It's about people who were very, very, very frugal. They saved every dollar. They never had their lattes. Then they died and they had millions of dollars, but they lived in cardboard box houses. They drove beat up pickup trucks. And you really don't have to work that hard to live that kind of a lifestyle. If you want a lifestyle that's living in a palace and flying in private jets and taking care of your kids by having nannies and house managers and people around so that you can spend more time with the people that you love, then I might just be your mentor. Here's the third criteria, though, that I suggest for you as you're selecting a mentor to help you get to where you want to go. My suggestion is you find a mentor who will hold your feet to the fire, someone who will insist that you follow through. You know, I'm often asked, how are you different than, say, a Tony Robbins or a T. Harv Eker or some other motivational speaker? And the fact is, I'm not a motivational speaker at all. I'm a programmer. I'd like to get right inside of your head and reprogram your mind to get everything that you want. When I reprogram your brain with the thoughts of a multimillionaire, you will produce similar results. So, if you find a mentor who started off worse than where you are now and is living a life like you want to live and can prove it to you, if you find a mentor who can also hold your feet to the fire, then chances are you'll start to produce a result. So here's my question to you, you at home and you in here, now that we've said hello to each other, who here would like to have their feet held to the fire or maybe even their face? 18 inches of mouth-searing, teeth-melting, permanently scarring flame. Past students are all volunteering. Great, here we go, watch. Now, I know for a fact that you guys were clapping. If you're at home and that was impressive, then type "I'm impressed" into the chat roll. Or if you're not typing, I'll assume you're just sitting there staring at the screen going, why in the world would a man who is going to help me make this my first million or my best million year begin his presentation by eating fire? Well, I know for a fact that the single reason anybody would hesitate to eat fire is the single reason a person wouldn't have the relationships, the wealth, the emotional, mental, physical, and even spiritual well-being they desire. One emotion only. What emotion would that be? Fear. Fear. Do you think it would be fear too? If so, just type in, yep, it's fear. You know, fear shows up in a lot of different ways. Sometimes fear looks like procrastination. You know, I'll get to that later when the timing is right. Sometimes fear looks like being catatonic. You know what you need to do, yet you just can't get yourself to do it. Sometimes fear looks like being complacent. I really should just learn to be happy with what I've got. Why do I always want to have more? I should just learn to be happy with what I've got. My own experience is that if you get knocked down enough times, that's what happens. You start telling yourself, you know what? All I want to do is have my bills paid. All I want to do is get by, and then I'll learn to be happy. And as you can see, I really don't subscribe to that. I want you to get everything you want, and it's really not difficult, yet it's really different. There's 3 things that you need to get anything you want in any area of your life. The first is something called self-mastery. I have a program. It's called Turning Point. I've been teaching Turning Point for over 32 years. Many of the people in this room right here at my home, Prosperity Palace, have attended Turning Point. If you've not attended Turning Point, chances are you've come across somebody that has, because we've had hundreds of thousands of people over the course of 32 years attend. The retail investment for Turning Point is $3,000. And I'm going to talk about in a remarkable way for you to be able to participate in Turning Point for pennies on the dollar. One of the first things that I'm going to teach you when you attend Turning Point, either online or at one of the live events that we do all over North America every single year, is I'm going to teach you something called self-mastery. Self-mastery is total control of your thoughts and emotions. Self-mastery is understanding that there's no such thing as a random thought, and that you are indeed a product of your programs. I want you to write some things down for me. The first thing I want you to write down is, what I believe to be true is true for me. Nothing else. What I believe to be true is true for me. Second thing I want you to know is that what you focus on expands. During the time that our economy has been rough, there's still been people making a lot of money. And those were the folks that said, I need to change gears. You just got to do something different. If I keep doing what I did in the past, if it's not working now, I've got to change things up. I also want you to know that reality is created by validation. I could take any one of you in this room, and some I already have, and I certainly could take any one of you watching this from your home, and within 12 months, make you a millionaire. If you'd like me to pick you, type into the chat, pick me, and if you'd like me to pick you in this room, say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, the challenge is I've got to not only teach you what you need to do, I've got to program you on a subconscious level to think the thoughts of a multimillionaire so that you can produce similar results. On this page and on this site, there are many examples of people from many different walks of life that I have helped to make millionaires. Since reality is created by validation, all you'd have to do is take a look at one of these testimonials, and by looking at that testimonial and identifying with that person, realize that I could produce a similar result for you. To give you an idea of some of the lives that I've impacted and changed and helped make multi-millionaires, take a look at these videos.
This is Debbie and Hunter Pascal here in Longwood, Florida. We just wanted to recognize our gratitude to you for what you've done for us. Turning Point, huge event in our life. When we met you at Turning Point, we were in the real estate business already, doing stuff. We were in trainings, we were learning from people and doing deals, doing pretty well, so we thought. Our net worth at that time, before we met you, was about $50,000. Not long after we took the Turning Point classes and trainings, did we accumulate over $30 million in holdings of real estate. And our net worth at that time, right shortly after being at Turning Point, was worth over $5 million. So we went from $50,000 to $5 million just in a short period of time after attending Turning Point. And it was just amazing. The things that we learned in Turning Point: relationships, communication, monies, fears, getting over fears, all the things that were blocking us from making massive money was exposed to us at Turning Point. And once we walked through those fears, through the Turning Point process, we would never imagine that we would go from 50 grand to 5 million, controlling $30 million worth of real estate at that time. Thank you, Marshall, for coming into our lives and making it happen for us. I know we had to do a little bit of work to make it happen, but we learned the skills, from that Turning Point. Thank you again. We love you, and we hope to see you soon.
Hi everyone, Paul Fink here. I just stepped out of a business meeting to send you a quick message to let you know about a decision that I made that changed my life forever. My wife and I saw Marshall Sylver and signed up for the Turning Point. Not sure what to expect. Matter of fact, I knew it wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was for my wife, and so I figured the two of us could go together. Little did I know how much it was going to change me and what the two of us were going to experience and how much it was going to change our life forever. You see, since that decision, I've created over $20 million in real estate, sold over $20 million in information products, and created over $1 million this year alone in my business. Absolutely, you're deciding whether this is the right decision for you. Stop deciding. Choose to go. Choose to sign up now. I gotta tell you, it'll be the best decision you've ever made. I know it was for us.
Hi, Marshall.
Hey, Marshall.
You know, when I was a kid, I was a piece of crap. That's how I was subconsciously programmed. And anything and everything I've done, that programming never went away. Turning Point made that go away, and it created the possibility for everything else that's in my life today. That's the biggest and the most important thing the Turning Point did for me.
In the Turning Point, we did a 5-year vision, and one of the things I always wanted to do as a child was go to Taekwondo. My mom couldn't afford it. So in my vision, I saw my black belt, and I also saw a book that I had written. And I think the most important thing and the most value I got out of the Turning Point is all the things that I saw came true, and it was effortless.
As a result of the Turning Point, we made $1 million. You got to see this, guys. That is a check for not $1,010,000, not $980,000. It's a check for $1 million exactly written to our company, Superior Renovated Homes. So, you know, obviously we're supposed to do it, right? Well, we're currently sitting in my home. This is a home sitting on the side of the Rocky Mountains overlooking the majestic city of Colorado Springs. I bought this for cash. And I'm not really here often. In the last 6 months, I have traveled to, let's do this, so 6, not 5. 6 countries, all for pleasure. So about half the time in the last 6 months I've been gone. You know, we moved here to Colorado in 2014. Amy and I wanted to start a business. It was kind of a dream of ours to create a family business from nothing, and that's what we did. Amy's got the P&Ls here for 2015 and 2016. Show them briefly. See, these are real P&Ls. So what do we do in 2015, Amy? What's our gross?
2015, we did $2,240,100.52.
Not bad.
And in 2016, we did $6,091,040.89.
So those are some materialistic results that go into the Turning Point. Of course, Marshall, we recommend you to everyone. You know that. And anytime you come to Colorado, we bring oodles of people, usually to Denver, to see you. And we recommend you all over the country for all our friends, of course, including all the people maybe you're currently with or anybody ever sees this video. But we love and admire you, and we appreciate you as our mentor. And thank you for helping us create our lives as amazing.
Thank you, Marshall.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Good stuff. Those are just a couple of the many, 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 many testimonials I have from people who have made millions of dollars. That's actually the easy one. People that have saved their marriage, people that have found the love of their life, or maybe transformed a relationship they weren't supposed to be in. People that have given up bad habits like cigarettes or drugs or any number of other things that have been devastating their lives. People that have gone from depression and anxiety to living a life of prosperous abundance and joy. I'd like it for you. The first thing you need to understand, once again, is self-mastery is total control of your thoughts and emotions. When you attend Turning Point, either online or at one of our many live events, I'm going to help you reprogram your subconscious mind, master the thoughts of your mind to produce similar results. You're going to learn a technology called PND, or psychoneuroduplication. What PND dictates is that when you think what someone thinks, you'll automatically do what they do, and you'll produce a similar result. When you think what a millionaire thinks, and you do what a millionaire does, you'll produce a similar result. If you're watching this at home and you'd like to lose a pound or two, put your fat little arm in the air and type, I do. If you're here at Prosperity Palace and you want to lose a pound or two, put your hand way high, say, I do. I do. And if you're having a hard time getting that heavy sucker up, have the person beside you help you lift it. I can joke about it to an extent. When my wife got pregnant with our son, I got pregnant with twins. When she gave birth, I did not. When she got pregnant with our second child, I got pregnant with triplets. She gave birth, I did not. When she got pregnant with our daughter and gave birth right here, up in the bathtub, right here at Prosperity Palace with no drugs, no doctors, no pain, I did not give birth. And I had found myself 63 pounds over my ideal size and weight. I am down 38 of those 63 pounds, and I want to give you the formula that I've been using to take that fat off. If you'd like the formula, write it down verbatim. It's a very specific formula. Write this down. Eat less, move more. That's the formula, and as much as I'd like it to be more difficult, it's not. Who here in this room realizes that's the formula? Put your hand up and say, oh yeah. If you'd like to become a non-smoker, type into the chat, pick me. I've got some non-smoking kits that I'm going to give away. They sell for $50, and I'd like to give it to you for free. So say, pick me. And if you're in this room and you'd like to become a non-smoker right now, put your hand up and say, oh yeah. I saw you before. Here's what I want you to do. Write this down. Just write it down. This is the formula to stop smoking. Quit putting it in your mouth and lighting it. And although you giggle, how many of you in this room have ever smoked? And how many of you realize that is how you stop? You just one day say, I'm not a smoker anymore. You see, that's the power of subconscious reprogramming or psychoneuroduplication, is you don't have to use willpower anymore. The desire simply goes away. How can I program people in such a powerful way? Why don't we do a little bit of an example right now? Let's get the steady cam over this way. I'm going to work with a couple of people in the front row. Why don't you just come right over here for me? Yeah, just keep coming right around. You guys are up front. Would you mind if I hypnotized you? Would that be okay? I'm going to start with you. Hello there. Glad you're here. Take a deep breath. You are stuck to the chair. Breathe in deeply. Sleep way down. Stuck to that chair. Hello. You look like a happier man now. You do. Sleep way down. Deeper and deeper. Hello there. Sleep way down. Each and every time you respond in a given fashion, it becomes easier to respond in that fashion again. At Turning Point, I'm going to repeatedly put you in this trance state that allows your subconscious mind to be open to new beliefs, new programs, new truths that will allow you to accept other programs to empower your life. You are indeed a beautiful, intelligent, powerful human being. You are worthy of all the great things this life has to give you. You are worthy of prosperity and financial abundance. You are worthy of great love. You are worthy of great respect. All of these truths have a deep and specific meaning in your life, always to be recalled whenever you say or think the word power. On the count of 3, open your eyes, stretch your arms, smile, say the word power out loud, feeling fantastic in every way. 1, 2, 3, wide awake. Power! Make them feel good. You know, I know when you watch something like that, it might be hard to believe. And I would understand you having an amount of skepticism. The funny thing is, though, not believing in something doesn't make it not exist. It just makes it not exist for you. If you'd love to learn how to reprogram your brain with the thoughts of a multimillionaire, with the thoughts of an awesome spouse, with the thoughts and programs and beliefs of an awesome parent, then you owe it to yourself to stay on this webinar till the very end and see just how much Turning Point can change your life. Now, we're about halfway through, and I want to take a little check, see who's learning, who's listening, who's paying attention. What you believe to be true is true for you. What you focus on expands. Reality is created by validation. I've already shown you some testimonials from people that I helped become multi-millionaires. Because I showed you those testimonials, the government requires me to give a disclaimer. And the disclaimer is, of course, I'm going to show you some of my best students. I'm not going to show you my worst students, that's for sure. They also require me to tell you the average result of the average person that does my programs, Turning Point and otherwise. I'll go beyond that. I'll tell you the average result of the average person that does any seminar. I'll tell you the average result of the average person that gets their PhD from Harvard, Yale, or Wharton School of Business. The average result of the average person isn't really that impressive, and it's not their fault. the average result of the average person skews quite low because so many people do nothing. They never follow through. So I ask you a very specific question home and also here. How many of you have ever invested in other books and tapes or other programs at some other time and you know you didn't follow through fully? Put your hand up, say I do. And if you're at home, type into the chat, I have. Because you know as well as I do that there were other people that invested in those same programs, that went to those same seminars, that learned those same lessons, that produced amazing results. How do I know that? I know what it feels like to be watching this webinar. I know what it feels like to be sitting here right now and praying that the man that's teaching you is sincere and not at some other time, somebody just attempting to separate you from your money. When I was 23 years old, some 32 years ago, I sat in a seminar room way before there were webinars or even the internet. And there was a man on the platform, and as he spoke, I knew for a fact that he was the missing piece for me. I knew that after all the seminars that I'd been through and all the programs that I'd done and all the books and tapes that I had purchased, nothing was changing. Yet I realized that whatever this guy was selling, I was buying. At the end of his presentation, he said, I have a seminar coming up. It's coming up in 2 weeks. It sells for $5,000. I knew in that moment I'd gotten my message, and the message was no. I was 23 years old, and I didn't have $5,000. And then he said something that oftentimes you'll hear people like me, people that teach you how to better your life will do. For those of you that click on the buy now button or stand up, go over to that counter right there where Erica is and get registered for Turning Point. When you do that, I'm going to reduce the investment from $5,000 all the way down to $3,000. When he did that, I knew the message was absolutely yes. Because you see, I had exactly $3,000 in my pocket. I was 23 years old. I was saving every dime I had for dependable transportation. Yet when they said, we'll reduce the investment from $5,000 down to $3,000, I was the first person out of my seat racing over to that table to get registered. That $3,000 investment I made when I was 23 years old, 32 years ago, has come back as over $200 million to me. How many of you in this room and you at home would want someone to influence you to buy something for $3,000 that came back as over $200 million? Put your hand up. If you're at home, type, oh yeah, into the chat. If your hand did not go up, or if you didn't type, oh yeah, give up. Close your laptop. Go home. Because nothing's going to change. There's got to be a point where you realize it's you. It's your own personal responsibility that changes things. It's your own choices about what you'll believe to be true that makes things happen for you. What you believe to be true is true for you, nothing else. So, pop quiz, we're about halfway through this webinar. I've got a question for you. Since what you believe to be true is true for you, who here believes that people just walk up to you and give you money for no reason whatsoever? Put your hand up, say, I believe. And if you're at home, type into the chat roll, I believe. I watched out of the corner of my eye, and I saw somebody right over here put their hand up first. You beautiful lady. You believe people just walk up to you and give you money for no reason whatsoever? All the way in the back there? You believe people just walk up to you. All webinar long, I've been saying what you believe to be true is true for you. The entire webinar, I've said that what you focus on expands. If you believe people just walk up to you and give you money for no reason whatsoever, I believe this money is yours. Since velocity is the spreading of money and exchange of money from hand to hand, it's good for me, it's good for you, it's good for the entire economy. I believe this money should be in your hands. What do you believe?
I believe it should be too.
Make her feel good. Invest it well. Invest it well. How many of the rest of you believe people just walk up to you and give you money? Some of you are learning. Now, I know you're at home right now, and you're wishing you were here at Prosperity Palace. So do I. I want you to know, I said something at the top of the show. If you did not see it or you did not hear it, here's what I promised at the beginning of this webinar. That if you are active in the webinar, if you are in the chat, if you're interacting with myself and my beautiful bride, if you're talking to us, and you stay the entire length of the entire webinar, within 7 days, I'm going to select one person to give $1,000 cash to. If you'd like that person to be you, type into the roll, give me the money. Type it in now. And if you here believe people just give you money, I know some of you are thinking, no, you already gave all of your money away. I didn't give all of my money away. I got plenty of cash, I really do. Here we go. We got lots of cash. Now, I don't blame you. If you won't get out of your seat to pick up the cash that's in front of you, you'll never get the cash that was somewhere else. Now, we have never met. What is your name? Morgie? Morgie, you may have not have ever had anybody walk up to you and just give you money just like that in the past. Yet I promise you, Morgie, they've been trying to. I'm trying to right now. I'm wanting to use everything I have in my power to help you in here and you at home start collecting the cash that you deserve. The challenge is so many times people are too skeptical. Maybe they've lost in the past. Maybe they've been burned in the past. Maybe they've lost money on investments. Well, I've had bad meals and I still eat. And the fact of the matter is, no risk means no goodies. There's a point where you've got to get back on the horse, you've got to risk again, and you've got to start playing full out. My prayer, my desire would be that this very webinar, these very moments, would be the moments that you said, I want my life back. I want to live it the way that I thought I could live it before I got knocked down so many times. If you want your life back, say, I want my life back. Erica, I want to know if they're engaging.
Yes. Dean says he lost 100 pounds with you and has kept it off for 15 years.
Yes, he has. If we have any more, let me know. I love hearing those stories. Those excite me. Those get me going.
We've got a lot more, honey. Do you want me to share with you now?
Share me another one, yes.
Okay, so Robin, she had invested in your programs and she became a millionaire within her first year.
I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. So if all Turning Point did when you attended it, whether it was online or at one of our live events, if all Turning Point did was made you 10 times more confident, who here in this room and who at home believes it would easily be worth a $3,000 investment? Put them way high, say, oh yeah. Type into the chat, oh yeah. Your net worth, your ability to generate revenue, to generate wealth and income is directly tied to your self-esteem. Raise your self-esteem, you will raise your income. If all Turning Point did was made you 10 times more confident, 10 times more focused, it would produce 10 times the result. Now, even though self-mastery is step one, it's not enough. The next thing you need to get anything you want in any area of your life are the proper tools for the task at hand. In relationship, there's certain tools. In wealth building, there's certain tools. Turning Point is a live 3-day event that we also teach online so that you can take it anywhere in the world at your leisure. If you were to attend the live event, about 75% of the live event is about making money. I want you to write this down and I want you to take some notes at home. Money cures most things. Money cures most things. When you make money, you don't have to worry about the government's health plan. When you make money, you have greater choices in relationship because chances are you have exposure to more people. When you make money, you automatically become better looking. Trust me on this one. Money cures most things. So if all I did was teach you how to make 10 times the amount of money you're making right now, how many of you at home and you in here would agree that that would easily be worth a $3,000 investment? You know, the fact of the matter is, so many years ago when I took that seminar for $3,000 that made me over $200 million in return, there were a lot of other people there at that seminar. And I know none of them produced a result anywhere near what I produced. Am I special? I'm not. I'm not smarter than you. I'm a high school dropout. I didn't show you my success to impress you with me. I showed it to impress you with the idea that it's possible for you. Do I work harder? No, I don't. I actually don't do anything I don't want to do anymore. I only do exactly what I want to do. Am I more creative? I'm not. The bottom line is, one of the things that you've got to be able to do is you've got to be able to take charge of your life in such a way that it becomes autopilot. 3 things you need to get anything you want in any area of your life. Number 1, self-mastery. Self-mastery is focusing on taking total control of your thoughts and emotions. The second thing you need are the proper tools. I'm often asked, in the area of making money, what is the number 1 tool I must learn? Bar none, the number 1 tool you need to learn to make more money are the skills of irresistible influence. How you can sell anyone, anything at any time. In a few moments, I'm going to bring somebody up here to the front of the room, and I'm going to use what we call subconscious reprogramming. I'm going to take somebody, and I'm going to use influence, and I'm going to use language patterns to cause them to buy something from me that they didn't even know they wanted. And when I'm done, they're going to say thank you. Next week, next month, next year, they're going to say thank you, and they're going to mean it. Now, irresistible influence is not getting somebody to say yes. Irresistible influence is getting someone to beg you for what you're selling and have them believe it was their idea. Gets me giddy every time I think about it. How awesome would it be with you as a real estate investor, with you as an online marketer, with you as an entrepreneur, or somebody who wants to have their own business, how awesome will it be when you know that you can sell anyone anything at any time? Now, I'm going to do this demonstration live. And if you were here in my studio audience, it could very well be you. When you come to Turning Point, it's going to be you. The fact of the matter is, my confidence level in the area of my ability to influence is par none. How many of you believe that if all Turning Point did was increase your confidence level in your ability to sell, to convert, that it would easily be worth that $3,000 investment? Put your hand up, say, oh yeah. Or type into the chat, oh yeah. The third thing you need to get anything you want in any area of your life is the ability to take action now, in the present moment, this very second. You see, what you don't do now just doesn't get done. You could have the biggest self-mastery in the world. You could have total control of your thoughts and emotions. You could understand the skills or the tools for what you needed in any given area. And yet if you don't take a powerful, positive, productive action now, your life's not going to change. In a few moments, I'm going to offer up Turning Point to you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to be with me. And I'm going to give you the biggest value I've ever given in the 32 years that I've been teaching Turning Point. I'm going to make it so easy and so risk-free that only a moron wouldn't take me up on it. I'm going to give you an absolutely foolproof way to have this webinar, this time, be your turning point. Of all those three, if you haven't already circled action now, circle action now. It's the most important one. You know, when I'm asked, how are you different than Tony Robbins or T. Harv Eker or any number of these trainers or speakers, the fact of the matter is, I do the one thing that they cannot do. I don't just teach you, I program you. On a subconscious level, I get right in your brain and help you become a new person. The results that we've produced for people over 3 decades have been astounding and miraculous and almost instantaneous. If you'd like to start producing those kinds of results in your life, the time is now. I'm about to bring somebody up and do a demonstration of full awareness hypnosis. I'm about to also give away a whole bunch of free stuff. Who wants free stuff? Say, oh yeah. Also, you at home can win some free stuff. And then I'm about to give you an opportunity to be with me. Let this be the beginning of a lifetime relationship and be with me at Turning Point. I'm going to bring somebody up. I want to bring somebody up who wants their life to change forever. I'd like it to be somebody that has not studied with me, somebody that really knows that it's their time and it's that time for them to take it to the next level. If you're that kind of a person, put your hand up and say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You've not been to Turning Point? No. This is your first time to interact with me?
No, I've been to
You went to Missing Piece to Millions, yet you've never been to Turning Point. I'd like to give you a phenomenal gift. What is your first name? Lana, do you trust me? You hesitated a little bit, I get that. And I don't think that it's you don't trust me, I think that you don't fully trust yourself. Fair enough? I'd like to give you a gift that is so amazing, it will change your life forever. I promise you, you are 100% safe, and I promise you, you will walk away from our time feeling empowered. Fair enough? And it's Alana? Lana, stand up, come forward, give her a big round of applause. You at home say, yay, Lana! Yay, Lana. So glad you're here. Step right over here for me. Awesome. Lana, I'm here for a number of reasons. I was retired over the last 6 years. When my wife gave birth to our son Sterling, I realized that I was done. I'd made over $200 million. We live in a palace. We have a place down on the beach. And I realized that I didn't really want for anything. And all I wanted to do was spend the rest of my life with my beautiful bride and my son Sterling and live my life that way. Then when my son Maximus was born, right upstairs here at Prosperity Palace in the bathtub, I looked into his beautiful eyes and I said, I just want to stay retired and, spend all my time with the 2 boys and my wife. And then my daughter Prosperity was born. And I looked into her eyes and I thought to myself, little girls are expensive. I need to get back to work. I do. Except for me, Lana, the thing that I needed something that got my juices flowing. And one of the things that I've noticed is that I'm a baby boomer. I'm on the tail end of the baby boomers. You're not, clearly. I'm a baby boomer. And I've watched a lot of my friends that were on the upper end of the baby boomers struggle and have pain and heartache and ask themselves the question, I can't survive on my Social Security. I can't survive on what I'm making right now. And so I really wanted to help solve their challenges. I also am here because I want to win a Nobel Prize in economics for single-handedly turning around the economy, first in the US and then worldwide. I know how to do it. It's not really that difficult. What I do is by making you more responsible for your own finances, making everybody more responsible for their own finances, everything gets easier. The third reason I'm here is that an old wound got reopened in me. When I saw people struggling, when I saw people in tears, a new wound got opened in me because I saw that there was so much pain going on that it needed to get solved. You see, years and years ago, I was performing here in Las Vegas, and I was doing my show 5 nights a week, 75 minutes a night, and I was making about $80,000 a week doing something that I love. How many of you in this room and you at home think that that's a pretty decent living doing something you love? It was. I had no complaints. Lana, I came home one night, and there was a message from my little brother. He said, there's been a tragedy in the family, give me a call. I gave him a call back, and he said, Lelania is dead. Lelania was my 21-year-old niece, and she died of a heroin overdose. People ask me, couldn't you have hypnotized her to overcome her drug addiction? I could have. I hypnotized myself to overcome my own drug addiction to marijuana and cocaine. Why didn't you hypnotize your niece? When I went to her and asked to help her, she said, Uncle Marshall, you were a drug addict. You got over it. I'll get over it. I paid for rehab a number of times. I remember one time I paid for a rehab, $10,000, 30-day program. She checked in on day 1. She left on day 2. No money back. She called me up on the phone. She said, Uncle Marshall, I'm so sorry. Would you please pay for one more rehab? I didn't know what to do. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to produce the same result. You got to change things up. So I said, no, Laney, I'm not paying for another rehab. I'll do what I did for myself. I'll call every single person who's ever sold you drugs, and I'll tell them if they ever sell you drugs again, I'm turning you into the police. No, Uncle Marshall, don't do that. A week later, Lana, I got a call from my little brother. Lelania's dead. How many of you at home and you in here believe I wish I'd have paid for one more rehab? 100 more rehabs. No $120,000 watch or $3,000 suit or $10 million home or $50 million jet's gonna matter in the end. There's only one thing that matters, Lana. People matter. Lelania mattered. You matter. My friends matter. You matter here. You matter at home. You see, there's a point where when you've lived a life that's like the life that I've lived, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to give back. That's to contribute. That's to help other people make those leaps of faith and make things happen. I want to give you one last lesson. Then I'm going to give you an amazing gift. Then I'm going to give all of you some amazing gifts. And the last lesson is the fastest way to change any habit. I want you to write this down. The fastest way to change any habit is to act as if change is certain. Act as if change is certain. The fastest way to become a non-smoker is to stop putting it in your mouth and lighting it. You see, you were never a smoker. You were a non-smoker. That's who you were when you were born. You forced yourself to do something unnatural. Your body rejected it in the beginning. Yet you kept doing it. You kept smoking. You got so good you could smoke and walk. And then you got so good at smoking you couldn't stop. How many of you at home and you in here would like to become so good at making money you couldn't stop yourself if you wanted to? Put them way high, say, oh yeah. How cool would that be? I've got a gift for you. I promise you, you are 1,000% safe, and I promise you by the time we're done, your mind will be expanded to new possibilities. Fair enough? Yeah. I brought with me a second fire eating torch just for you. Now, I'm not going to ask you to eat fire. I'm going to have you act as if you've done this 1,000 times. Fair enough? Okay. When you attend Turning Point, when you either take the course online or you attend it in person, I'm going to teach you a skill set called cold reading. Cold reading is the ability to read people's body language before they even open their mouth. How many of you are watching Lana now and seeing a whole lot of language being spoken? Just go, holy crap. What about all that hair product I put in? Oh my God. I mean, like a flaming torch here. I'm not going to ask you to eat fire. I'm actually just going to ask you to act as if you've done it 1,000 times. And I'll walk you through it. Fair enough? First thing I want you to do, Lana, is let go of what just went on in your head. That's what Turning Point does in self-mastery. It gets rid of those old programs. Get rid of that program that said, oh crap, oh my God, I'm going to die, he's going to make me fire. Because there's another program. The other program is, oh my gosh, I got this, this is easy, it is time for me to take my life to the next level. So here's how we do it. Put your foot down, say, unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Imagine the flame is already there, say yes.
Yes.
Lick your lips, get them wet. Lick them again. Now lick them really slowly. That was for me. Yes, it was. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to breathe in deeply. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. That's it. Right there. That's it. Exhale. You see, if all you did was learn the skills of irresistible influence, you couldn't stop the money from pouring into your life. In fire eating, holding your breath is the key. It's the secret. When you breathe in deeply and hold your breath, there's no way to breathe in smoke or flame. You're totally safe. Breathe in deeply, hold your breath. Tip your head straight back, open your mouth, put the torch on, close your lips. Perfect form, Lana. Open your mouth, bring it out. It takes two things for a flame to burn. It takes fuel and oxygen. When you put it in your mouth with confidence and you close your lips and hold it tight, that flame goes right out. You don't feel any heat. You don't feel anything, actually. The challenge is you've got to close your lips. And the biggest challenge for most people is the reason they don't get what they want is they don't know how to shut their mouths. So all I want you to do is to close your mouth with confidence. Put your foot down, say unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Imagine it's already there, say yes.
Yes.
You can never get more in life by saying no. You can hold a position. The only way you can get more is by saying yes. The more you say yes, the more you will get. Imagine the flame is already there. Lick your lips, get them wet. Breathe in deeply, hold your breath. Tip your head back all the way, close your lips, perfect form. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Open your mouth, bring it out, say power.
Power.
Put your foot down, say unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Imagine it's already there, say yes.
Yes.
Lick your lips. Breathe in deeply, hold your breath. All the way in, perfect form. Close your lips, hold it, hold it, hold it. Open your mouth, bring it out, say power.
Power.
Lana, what do you suppose is the reason I have you say the word power every time you eat fire? Next week, next month, next year, you're going to have an opportunity that's going to be huge. It's going to be something so big it's going to cause you fear, because it does. Your brain's going to say, I need to follow through on this. And all you're going to do, you're going to use that mind trigger that I placed in your mind, and you're going to say the word power. Your brain's going to say, I ate fire at Prosperity Palace. I'm closing this multi-million-dollar deal. Now, Lana, do you now know how to eat fire?
Yeah.
You do. There's nothing else to teach you. You see, there comes a point, whether it's fire eating or whether it's making $1 million or whether it's having the most amazing relationship you could ever imagine, there's a moment where you need to follow through. You need to finish what you've started. You need to have faith. I'm not going to ask you to eat fire. I will tell you, Lana, at this point of my presentation, of the hundreds of thousands of people that I've done this for, every single one of them has commanded me to light it up now. And every single one of them, when I got done, said thank you. I'd like you to get as much as you can out of this exercise. What would you like to command me to do?
Light it up.
If that's what you want. Lana, you are going to get a standing ovation from the best looking, smartest people here at Prosperity Palace. All the people, the best looking, smartest people online watching the webinar are going to say, oh yeah. All the dumb, ugly ones will do nothing. Here we go. Watch. Here we go. Put your foot down, say unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Imagine it's already there. Say yes.
Yes.
Lick your lips. Breathe in deeply, hold your breath. All the way, close your mouth, close your mouth. Hold it, open your mouth, bring it out, say power! Here comes a standing ovation. Oh my God, stay right here. Oh my God. Oh my God, yes. Look up at that camera. I want them to get a close-up on your face. Look up at that camera there. Hey, Lana, when you woke up this morning, did you say, today I'm going to eat fire?
No.
No. In fact, you're just here in our studio audience. You were invited down here. We invited a few people in here so that people at home could also see the impact of people here. What you just did terrified you before you did it, didn't it?
Yes.
How many of you here and you at home could see the look of terror on her face? That was genuine. That was real. The reason I picked you is I knew that you would have that sensation. You also know something. It was way easier than you thought it would be, wasn't it?
Yes.
How many of you think you might be making things harder than they have to be? How many of you at home believe you might be making things harder than it needs to be and you'd like to make it easier? Write this into the chat. I want it to be easier. Do it now. And again, I'm watching the chat. I'm going to go back and I'm going to review this entire webinar. And within 7 days, I'm going to reward someone who has been engaged, stayed on the webinar the entire time we were doing it. I'm going to give some random person $1,000. No purchase is necessary. Just some random person is going to have their life blessed for taking new actions in their life. What you believe to be true is true for you. What you focus on expands. I want you to believe the folks here and the people at home are going to type, oh yeah, Lana, into the chat. And I want you to believe they're going to start now. Awesome. You like hugs? Me too.
Yeah, me too.
You're awesome. You're very welcome. All righty. Hey, I know you're getting excited about Turning Point, and I know I'm excited to have you there. I want this to be the beginning of a lifetime relationship. There are so many people in this room that I've known for a very long time, and there are so many people in this room that I know we're going to know each other for a long time. So a couple things you should know. When I came out of retirement, I knew that I needed Turning Point and everything we do inside of our seminars to be bigger and better and more than ever. So a couple things. We took a 2-day program, and I expanded it to a 3rd day. No extra charge, just a whole lot more content. The other thing is I realized that I needed to give people the means to get there. And that means would be a couple of things. So there's 2 additional 6-figure gifts that you're going to receive when you attend Turning Point. The first is a 6-figure massive passive revenue stream. What does that mean? What it means is that you could be making thousands of dollars even before you attend on a massive passive level. In order for you to get more of what you like in your life, particularly as it pertains to money, you've got to create massive passive revenue streams. The second thing is, do you have an idea for a business? Do you have some investments that you could be making and you just need the capital? Well, when you invest in the online program and or attend the live event, I'm also going to potentially give you a 6-figure funding at 0% interest over 12 to 24 months. Not everyone will qualify. Most people with decent credit do, to help you take that seed of an idea, or maybe those real estate investment products, or maybe even investing in yourself to the next level. If you'd like to have a 6-figure funding source, type into the chat, "Oh yeah," and you here say, "Oh yeah." Oh, yeah. I got it. I want to make your life better. Before I tell you about the amazing offer I have for Turning Point, I want to give some gifts away. Now, if you're at home, pay attention to these gifts, because I'm going to give you away before we're done with this webinar for you too to be able to take everything I have right here home totally free. This is called I Am a Non-Smoker. It will help you become a non-smoker in 7 days or less. 7 days or less, by reprogramming your brain with the thoughts of a non-smoker to produce a similar result. When you think what a non-smoker thinks, you'll do what a non-smoker does, and the desire will simply go away. It sells for $50. I have sold over 1 million of these worldwide. Who wants this? Say, "Oh yeah." Oh, yeah. What a surprise. I had an idea it might be you. Do you promise to use this? Oh, yeah. You got it. My pleasure. This is called I Am Permanently Slender. This does 3 things. Number 1, it programs your brain to eat less and better. Number 2, it programs you to move more. There are people that eat whatever they want to eat, whenever they want to eat it, and they never seem to gain weight. How many of you would like to strangle those people? Don't strangle those people. Take on their programs. They have a psychosomatic belief that whatever they eat will either become energy as intended or waste material and leave their body. The kit sells for $50. It's going to help you lose about 2 pounds per week through subconscious reprogramming. Who wants this? Say, "Oh yeah." I'm going to toss it in the direction that the most hands are up. So even if you're skinny, put it up for your friends. There we go. There we go. Catch. Who got it? Oh, great. The skinny lady got it. Great. And like I said, if you're watching this from at home, I'm going to give you a chance to get everything I'm giving away totally free yourself, so stay tuned. This is my self-hypnosis training DVD. It is a video. I won a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Council of Hypnotist Examiners for putting this DVD together. They awarded me this because they said I was the top trainer in the world for teaching the lay public, the general public, how to use this powerful, powerful, powerful technology. It sells for $80. Every single person in this room has an equal opportunity to win it, as do you at home who believes they're going to win it. You sat front row and center. I'm not surprised your hand went up first. I've seen you be enthusiastic the whole time. If you believe you're going to win this DVD, then you did. Make him feel good. You're welcome. I've got more stuff to give away. Who believes they're going to win it? How many of you would like to have an idea in a single moment that over the course of a year made you over $100 million richer? Back in the mid-90s, I realized that people weren't changing their lives. They were learning a lot of things and they weren't implementing them. I realized that if you could just program people's brains to take actions without having to think, if you could change who they were, you would change the result they produced. I created a program called Passion, Profit, Empower. It is the cornerstone of the Turning Point. It not only teaches you skills for better relationships, more money, emotional, mental, physical, and even spiritual well-being, It literally programs you on a subconscious level to use this information and transform your life now. It's been sold all over the world, over 1 million copies sold, retails for $220. Who wants it badly? If you want this badly, type into the chat, I want this badly. Hold on one second. I love your energy, though. I love your energy. Boldness is rewarded always. And I've got a different gift for you. Sit right where you go back to your seat. I'm going to give you a different gift. And I'll tell you the reason I'm going to give you a different gift is during this webinar, I brought a random person up to the front of the room, and I said I was going to do something. I said I was going to influence them. I was going to use the skills of irresistible influence to get them to command me to sell what I was selling. I also said that they would thank me when I was done. Who here in this room and who of you at home realizes I did exactly what I said I would do? Lana, you were brave. You followed through. You finished what you've started. This is my gift to you to help continue to change your life forever. You're very welcome. You bet. I've got more stuff to give away. Who wants it? Say, oh yeah. This is called How to Hypnotize Others. How many of you watching at home or even here in our studio audience would love to be able to do what you just saw me do? Walk up, grab somebody by the hand, give it a tug, and have them collapse at your feet. How many of you would love to learn how to do that? Reprogram their brain in any area they want you to for more confidence, more focus, more determination. It's called How to Hypnotize Others. It was filmed at Sir Richard Branson's Necker Island. There are 2 different hypnosis inductions on here. Sells for $80. Who wants it for free? Say, oh yeah. If you want it for free at home, say, oh yeah. I'm going to take a look at the chat roll, and I'm going to find one person on that chat roll and give a special gift away. Sells for $80. Who wants it? Say, oh yeah. You sat near the front. You're very enthusiastic. You're very welcome. I'm wrapping up our conversation right now. I'm going to give away a couple of more gifts, and then when I'm done, I'm going to give you the biggest gift of all, the opportunity to have this be the beginning of a lifetime relationship, to be with me for days at a time, for years on end. If you'd like that, type into the chat roll, I want it badly. And here you say, oh yeah. You got it. This is called Take Action Now. In about 1 hour and 10 minutes, I've taught you what is actually a 3-hour lecture. The Take Action Now DVD sells for just a shade under $200. It is the video of this conversation taught in front of thousands of other people. We've sold it all over the world. Like I said, sells for $197. Who wants it badly? Say, oh yeah. You sat up front. You're very welcome. You want this badly. You need this badly. Your whole world changes when you leave Prosperity Palace or at your own home. You receive this as soon as possible. You want this badly. It is called The Secrets of Persuasion and Influence. Who wants this badly? Of course you do. I just told you you did. Sincerely, who here in this room and who of you at home believes I may know a thing or two about influence? I do. You know, I've been doing this my whole life. I've been on a platform since I was 7. I've been a hypnotist since I was 23 years old. I know things other people don't know. I know how to influence. I know to make the economy change, we've got to create a state of velocity where money is exchanging hands more rapidly. The best way to do that is to teach you how to buy and sell. This system has been sold all over the world, sells for $400. Before I give this away for free, let me tell you what this is. This incredibly powerful system is 3 parts. Part number 1 is 6 full-length CDs, audios, that not only teach you gambits, language patterns of influence, they program you on a subconscious level to make these language patterns your own. It will make you more influential. The second part of this system you want so badly is a full-length workbook. The workbook shows you how to break down each and every one of these skill sets into every area, from negotiating a better price on your next major purchase, to negotiating a better price on a piece of real estate, to influencing your mate to give you more, every area. The third part of this system that you want so badly is 3 full-length videos, DVDs. The first DVD teaches something called cold reading, the ability to read people's body language before they even open their mouths, something we teach extensively at Turning Point. The second DVD teaches presentation skills. How many of you at home and you in here believe I may know a thing or two about presentation skills? Put your hands up, say, oh yeah. The third part of this incredible system that you want so badly, the final DVD will change your life forever. It is a DVD called Embedded Commands. Embedded Commands are a skill set from our experience. They're irresistible. If you would like to be absolutely irresistible, you'd like to take your life to the next level, put your hand up, say, oh yeah. I'm going to give this away in a moment. It's a $400 value. Before I give this away, I want to show you Turning Point. I want to show you everything that I've put together for you and get you excited about the rest of your life. To give you an idea of what Turning Point is, take a look at this video.
Turning Point. A total change in direction for the better.
Who here is ready for a turning point? You absolutely have to have one. Put them high.
The 2-day Turning Point seminar is different than any other program in that it does more than just teach you the skills for your relationships, wealth, and power. It also programs you on a subconscious level to put those skills into immediate use.
This weekend is about empowerment. This weekend is about you understanding how to take charge of your own life.
You will learn total control of your thoughts and emotions. How to use PND, or psychoneural duplication, to take on the thoughts and actions of others to produce similar results. Whether it's losing weight, changing habits, being a millionaire.
When you think what a millionaire thinks and you do what a millionaire does, you'll produce similar results.
You will learn to program these powerful tools at a subconscious level for immediate and lasting results.
Your conscious mind is what's called your critical factor. It's the mind you're using right now to determine whether the information I'm giving to you will work for you or not. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is merely a computer. It's non-critical. It doesn't even have the ability to make judgment. So all trance, hypnosis, reprogramming is setting aside the critical factor of your conscious mind and non-critically accepting suggestions.
And empowering.
To make a fear vanish, you must experience it fully.
As it helps you create your life exactly the way you want it. Bring your family closer. Find the love of your life. Create strategies for wealth. Learn irresistible influence and so much more. Because of the intimate nature of this course, seats are very limited. Register now before your life passes you by and there are no more turning points for you. Tens of thousands of people have learned this information and are using it daily.
You don't get angry if you get fired from your job and you know that within 2 years you will be a multi-millionaire.
It's your time.
There's a way for you to win this game that is different than how you're doing it, and it works.
It's your life.
When you learn how to do that, you become more powerful, and power is for use.
It's your turning point.
Who at home and who here appreciates the fact that I make learning fun? Oh, yeah. You see, you learn a whole lot more when you don't realize you're learning. I have a big question for you. I'm about to offer up Turning Point. I have 9 brothers and sisters, as you know. If you had a brother who lived in a palace in the desert, had a second home on the ocean in Southern California, flew all over the world in private jets, and he offered you his $3,000 Turning Point totally free, how many of you at home and you in here would clear your calendar sometime in 32 years and attend that event? Put them way high. How many of you, if I offered it to you for free, would clear your calendar and make it happen? Put them way high, say, oh yeah. Who here realizes it's not going to be free? And the reason it's not going to be free is I know for a fact that when you have some skin in the game, when you have something at stake, you will end up taking better actions. And although it's not going to be free, it might as well be. Because how many of you would like to be able to attend the Turning Point and not make a single payment today or for the next 6 months and get Turning Point at its lowest possible rate? Put your hand up, say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Before I tell you about the amazing offer, let me tell you what the offer is. Turning Point is an online digital program you can take at your leisure from anywhere in the world. 15-minute compartments, answer a couple of questions, unlock the next portion, and continue your education. That's a $3,000 investment. Now, I've been teaching Turning Point live for over 32 years, and I know for a fact that when I can get you into a room and work with you personally to reprogram your subconscious mind, there's no better way to learn. I'd love to have you at a live event. I've been teaching it for 32 years. Over the course of the next 12 months, all across North America, we'll hold Turning Point an additional 10 times. 10 times over the next 12 months. Each time is a $3,000 value. If you wanted to attend each of those 10 times over the course of the next year, it is a $10,000 investment for reattendance for 1 year. $16,000 total value. Here's the offer. I'm going to allow you to have the online Turning Point. I'm going to give you a ticket to the Turning Point Live. I'm going to give you not 1 year of reattendance. I'm going to give you a lifetime of reattendance. Come back again and again and again and again. I'm going to give you a better than money back guarantee. If you take care of the investment in full today, all you got to do to capitalize on the money back guarantee, if it wasn't everything I said it was and more, is after taking the online course, you have a full 30 days to request a refund, no questions asked. If after taking the first day of the 3-day program, it wasn't everything I said it was, I'll give you all of your money back, and you can even keep $1,000 worth of bonus materials just for letting me change your life. All of that for the next 15 minutes only. For you, the next few minutes, all of that value over $16,000 for $1,495. And I'll let you spread that payment over 12 months, interest-free. Who loves that? Say, oh yeah. How many of you would like me to make it even better? I'm going to give you 2 more ways to invest. How many of you would love to be able to attend the Turning Point for 0 down, 0 payments for 6 months, 0 interest, and save yourself $500 as well? Put them way high. In association with PayPal Credit, we've created a circumstance for those of you that qualify here in the United States to be able to get the program today with no money down, no payments for the next 6 months, no interest payments at all for those 6 months, and save an additional $500, making total investment for the entire package $995. If you don't want to go through PayPal Credit and you still want to save the $500, then you can take care of payment in full with your credit card and get the entire package for $995. Now, that said, I also have $1,000 worth of training materials that I was going to give away totally free. I promised you at home, I promised you here. Who'd like some free stuff? Say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's the offer. I have a very limited amount of these products. I took the liberty of putting them all on this USB drive. All you got to do is pop open the drive, slip it into your computer, and you can instantly download all the audios, all the videos, all the workbooks, and more, and keep this in your pocket to take with you traveling to change your life from anywhere in the world. I have one more bonus gift. I have the Secrets of Persuasion and Influence, an additional $400 package, and this is specific to those of you that are here in our studio audience. There are people that don't need other people to tell them what they need to do. There are people, maybe even you at home, who's watching this webinar right now, and you know you're about to click this button to my left, your right, and change your life forever, totally risk-free, all the extra bonuses. If you're here in the studio audience and you know that you want this badly, Erica is standing by right over by the bar area to get you registered at whichever level. You got to, then you get that additional $400 gift. My pleasure. I don't blame you for moving. I would too. I don't blame the rest of you for moving. I would too. But I'm just a happy, healthy, well-adjusted, self-made multimillionaire. What do I know? This special offer is for a limited time only. We don't know how long we're going to allow you to have this offer. It's the best offer we've ever given for Turning Point. I know you want your life to change. I know you know you're older than you thought you were. I know you know, if not me now, who when. I'm Marshall Sylver. I want to help you take your life to the next level. I'd like this to be the beginning of a lifetime relationship. You can get Turning Point at a reduced investment of $1,495, paid interest-free, spread over 12 months. You can save an additional $500, pay nothing today, pay nothing for 6 months, pay 0 interest payments through our friends at PayPal Credit, and or you can take care of the entire investment all in cash, all at once, and save $500 for a total of $995. It's your life. Are you worth it? It's risk-free. I know you are. I'll see you at Turning Point. I'm gonna go make some new friends. See you soon. Right after you. If you have any questions, let us know. Let's get you registered and change your life forever. Good stuff, everybody. Awesome.